Hey guys, yeah, so I'm back. I think if you guys have just logged in just now, I'm sorry. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so now I've switched the camera. So this is the camera. It looks way better, I think. Then there's a new upgrade on the mic. Yeah, so um, yeah, no. So Liang Wei, there's no. This is not going to be on Clubhouse. I decided to switch a little bit because I think Clubhouse is also quite fun, but I think it's just different. And I think it's also been a while that I've been here. Oh, really? How do I go to the other side? Can I cancel the other side? Or can. Oh no. Did I just create a stream just now? Oh no. Yeah, so I think the layout just got switched over, right? But anyway, maybe you can go over and say that I'm over here, maybe, right? But I think since you guys are here, I really thank you guys. If you guys have any questions at all, do ask, right? Do type there. I will answer my best, right? I will do my best in answering. So if you guys have any questions at all, shoot away. Yay. Or you guys can also tell your friends that, hey, Sean is live. Don't know why suddenly he so free, nothing to do, coming live. Should I wait for few more years for landed own stay or new condo project for investment? Wills, is it this is property number what for you? Is it your first or is it your second? Because it differs, right? So maybe you can let me know more, right? Tofu, hello, what's up? Ivan Law, what's up? What's up? So Wills, is your second one. So I think it depends. Because one is own stay, one is investment. That is very different. Like if you are in a state where you need a home, like for me, maybe on my fifth or my sixth property, I think okay, enough, Sean. Investment is enough already. Ultimately, you want to build a family, right? You want to build a home. Then the own stay component becomes important. But if you think that you are still solo, you just still very strong, very young, right? You can still take up more loan, you can take up more risk, then you can go for investment. And the beauty of that is any moment of time, you can always switch an investment unit into a home. That's the cool part of it. So that's my take, Wills. Dinesh asks, is HOC extended? I think so. Because for this current housing minister, the only thing they know how to do is to extend stuff. So if you know what I mean, right? Vivian asked, what do I think of Bandar Malaysia? It's cool in theory, it's cool in plan, just that I don't see any work done at all. And it's predicated on the success of the train. But now the plans go kaboom, no more already, right? Suddenly the plan is not as exciting anymore, right? And a lot of people bought the properties opposite because of Bandar Malaysia. So to me, Bandar Malaysia, I think will happen because the hardest portion of things has been executed, which is the land transfer and things like that. Just that it's going to easily take another 10, 15 years at least for it to happen. Like TRX has been for a while, and it takes a lot of parties to really bulldoze that through. Therefore, it's exciting, TRX, right? But now, Bandar Malaysia, I don't see anything yet. Like you pass by Sungai Besi, everything you look at it is still like that. Nothing much. Stephen Chan, looking at current COVID situation, do you think property market is going to dip? Because of moratorium, so that delay is going to happen, but it depends on which segment, which market segment. Like luxury market dipped quite a lot because a lot of foreign ownerships, right? Like COVID really affected the ultra luxury because like owners are Japanese, Koreans, are from China, Germany, all these people will just sell on it for what whole, no point, right? But then if you look into the middle upper and okay one, I think it's still there, meaning the demand is still going. Like last week, there was a 2 property launch and I was very surprised with the sales performance, to be very honest. wow, people still buy house. And these are the property like 1 million, 1.2 million for landed one. Wow, not bad. But when you look into like the lower one, like Rumah Whip and all, those are that are supposed to be for welfare one. It's not going to do very well because the unfortunate truth is the rich will continue to be richer, the poor will continue to be poorer. And we have a lot of statistics, quite unfortunate truth about people from the middle segment all drop into the B40 lah. A lot of M20 drop. All people from the M40 drop into the B40. So that's the current situation right now. So I think it's very important that you need to play your cards based on your current situation. Like if you have a lot of spare cash and business has been great for you during this COVID, that you manage to transform your business into online, then congratulate. You have all this money, right? Because now the problem there's two different problems. One for rich people, one for poor people. Poor people cannot survive, right? Like 500, how is it? I'm going to sustain 1 week only with 500. But if you look at the ultra rich, right, they have different concerns where inflation is going to affect them the most. Let's say whatever, every 100 you have is going to worth 96 1 year later. So if you have 100,000, it's going to be 96,000. So these are the people that are working very, very hard to look for places to invest their money. And if you really pay close attention to luxury watches, luxury bags, and asset classes, right? These things are going very, very high because there's a lot of money in the system, right? Because everybody keeps giving, the government keeps giving free money, right? Eventually, those will flow to eventually the same people, right? But then because of MCO, production has been very, very slow. And that includes production of goods, then that also includes property. Therefore, I think that it's going to be very difficult for the price to go down just because it's very difficult to build anymore, right? And cost of materials is going up. Like steel is very, very high right now. Concrete, nothing much. But cost of labor now it's going to be so challenging to get foreign labor. Then like the salary for people and the engineers, the consultants, it's so difficult to work now. Not like last time I just go to site and see. Now you need SOP lah, this lah. So the operation cost is going to increase. And I have one very interesting news from a developer friend. He sold out his project, right? And within these 2 years' time, because of COVID, it affected his construction scheduling. So he need to accelerate some stuff. Then suddenly when I accelerate, I put in more manpower, then they lock down, cannot work. But I still need to pay this bunch of people. Then because I want to order stuff so I can keep up my pace of construction, cost of steel increase, cost of materials increase, and therefore now because he fully sold, and after 2 years later, if he's going to hand over the project next year, right, it's almost at this line where it's going to lose money. Meaning whatever extra cost that he needs to pump for all these unforeseen stuff, right? All he needs to swallow himself because he has nothing else to sell. So if we think that property market is going to drop, mainly the assumption will be around NLPs, NPL, NLP blah. NPL is non-performing loans. So these loans means that people that cannot afford to pay installments for the 3 months or 6 months, right? But now suddenly moratorium kick in. Like I was waiting for auction property actually, but then moratorium happened, so everybody can opt for that. So there won't be as much auction properties in the market. Okay. Wow. Steven, your question very short, but my answer very long. Okay, so let me catch up. Okay, wait. Joseph Chui, hi Sean. Yes, hi Joseph. Jack Chan, hi Leon. Thoughts on watches? Yeah. So I think you guys saw one of my watches, and it was bought before the pandemic, and after one MCO, the price of the watch increased 33%. It's one of my best investment decisions ever lah this year. It's crazy. Yeah. So Xingji, hi Xingji, what is the cost ratio for renovation, investment and own stay? Own stay depends on how much you have lah. Sky's the limit. You want to go plate your ceiling, you can go ahead, right? But if it's for investment, it needs to be tied to your returns, right? I think that's why makeover guys make sense, because we make affordable things look super cool. But that has a caveat where a lot of people thinks that, you call 35,000 affordable. If you go to show units, right, you will be very surprised with the renovation and ID cost. And most of the time, like I was from there, therefore I know sometimes the renovation cost is half of the property price. Let's say the property price is 600,000, right? They put in 300,000 worth of ID so that they can sell. And it's very scary. So suddenly when I came into the makeover guys, I was very surprised with their pricing. So when they tell me, oh, they're 28,000, this one's 42,000. To me, it's cheap in relation to what I understood show units were built at, right? But if it's your first time in construction, if your first time doing renovation, wow, you think that 8,000, 10,000 is a lot of money. It's very scary. So that's that gap that I try to address as well. Like a lot of people don't know how much kitchen cabinet costs. So for those who are thinking of building their own home, you got your keys or you just booked the unit, right, waiting for construction, do check out all these prices. Then you'll be very surprised on how pricey they are. Right? So that's for Xingji. Jack Chan, how old are you? I am 32. I'm 32 or 33. I think I'm 33. I am 33, Jack. Pew pew. How would you recommend students zero income to start investing, especially when stocks, property, banking is not always taught? The first things first, you shouldn't invest in property, right? If you got no income, no, right? I think a point will be to understand how money work, like the balance between what is saving, what is investing. I think a lot of people teach investing nowadays, but there's not enough people teaching the importance of saving. One of the best value that I think that I got from my parents is actually saving. Like they can tahan, like this pandemic to them is nothing, because in comparison to the Asian financial crisis, they had it worse. So after that incident, their spending habits, right? Like I grew up thinking that I was one broke kid because my parents basically don't spend on anything. And that became part of my habit as well. If you look into the videos, I always wear the same shirt, the same pair of jeans. I only have one pair of jeans, but now got two at least. Then it's the same shoe, the white shoe now turned brown. Yeah, so that is part of the things that I think we should really cultivate since young, especially when you start having income. As students, because student your income is fixed, but and whenever you don't have enough, you can always ask your parents. Now if you go into work, then suddenly you are on your own officially, like you're officially independent, right? The whole concept starts shifting. And at this rate, right, the youngsters had it a bit bad, had it a bit worse than back then when we were teenagers, right? Like social media nowadays, right, the marketing is crazy lah. The pressure to buy stuff is Wills, thank you so much. BG Potty, what's my view on own stay then rent out? I work in Klang Valley, but I'm not from here, currently renting a unit. So yeah, so BG Potty, my answer is it's up to you, right? Because a lot of people thought that, oh, I'm that pro investment, because I come from a state where I am almost negative. I start from zero, so that's a good thing. And I am fortunate enough to have families in Klang Valley. So you are exactly spot on, meaning like you're not from here, so you need to get something to stay in first. And the only question then you need to ask is it okay if you rent a place that you stay? Because I have friends that has 18 to 25 properties, but they are still renting the place that they stay. Food for thought, right? So what their goal is, they want to maximize at least the first 90%, then the 90% until things turn out better. Then 6-7 years later, when they are in a better financial position, only they start buying properties, because they always perceive home as a liability. You can never make money off homes, especially if you are actually eyeing for those dream homes within the outskirt areas. Those are the worst. Right? William King, hi Sean, what's your opinion on the housing market for the next year? I think it's going to be still the same. Okay, many things happen during this pandemic, especially this lockdown. I mean, what is my opinion? I think it's going to be striving still, because this is based on the confidence that I still have for Malaysia. This is going to be a huge debate, right? But Malaysia is always slower. We all know that. Malaysia is always more dramatic. We all know that. But if you look into the vaccination things, and this is based on my studies on overseas lah. In US currently, they are talking about hyperinflation. And if I were to dissect the cost of building a house, right, it's never going to go down, because of the cost of materials, right? The cost of land, the cost of labor, cost of talent, all are going up. How can we expect the property price to go down? That's number one. Number two, like buying power. Yes, a lot of people are actually broke because of the pandemic, or jobless. But to me, money doesn't disappear. It means the money is somewhat like water. They will just find another new balancing level. So if you look into the profile of the rich, right? Last time it was all suit and tie corporate people, right? Now it's all live stream people. People who live stream, people who sell stuff online, people who sell watches online, sell meat online, sell vegetable, fish online, right? Those people are making a lot of money. And this will be the next profile of buyers that are going to invest, because again, everybody's concerned, like, okay, there will be two segments of people. People are concerned about survivability, number one. So let's not say that I don't acknowledge this, yes, but then it's very hard to help. Number two is people with money. You are worried that the value of money is going down. Like if you guys are doing a lot of grocery shopping, or if you guys are buying food on a daily basis like me, I'm feeling the impact of my 100 ringgit note, right? Can barely feed my family for a day. Let's say I go and tapao like chicken rice only, right? So now chicken rice $8 also got. Last time it was 650, 680, 720. They tell you more plastic lah. They're gonna tell you like more operation cost lah. It's now them alone lah. They make a lot of loss lah, inconsistency lah, and yeah. So it's very pitiful. But then what I'm trying to say is, the value of money. If you have $1 million today in the bank, right, you will be very, very concerned as well. Yes, you don't have to worry about survivability, but you worry that your hard-earned money is going to drop in value. Therefore, I think the housing price is not going to drop. It's going to drop in certain segments, like I mentioned just now. High-end stuff going to drop. Student area is going to drop. Tourism-based area like Port Dickson going to drop. Genting Highland going to drop. I don't travel a lot, so so those are the two places that I only know. But what I'm trying to say again, but if you look into the right one where it's based on like Bangsa South, do you think it's going to drop? Not really. If you look into KL Central, it's going to drop? Not really. If you're going to look into Hartamas area, Mont Kiara area, office based, that is really based on working opportunities one, are they going to be affected? It depends. If you're going to residential property base like PJ, Shah Alam, did rental reduce? Not really. I think rental still stays the same. And with that, I think it's not going to affect. But we need to really look into segments, right? William King, that's my answer. Jael Camille, is there a regulation if you wanted to sell a government initiative public housing such as Prima? I am not sure, Jael. Camille, I am not sure. But I think it's going to be the same process, like if you want to sell I think low cost one, yes, if you buy directly from KBKT, right, you need to go through them in order to sell. But Prima or Rumah Whip, I don't think so. And there has been a debate like, what if Rumah Whip with all these regulations is on auction and I bought it from an auction? Am I still tied to those regulations? That is also not answered. I've asked many parties, nobody know. But to me, I have never sold a property before. So in this entire property game that I'm in and I'm so familiar, right? The only part that I have not done is selling a property. Dinesh Kumar Law, Kyrie, do you invest in crypto? Yes. Currently, I started off Luno, then I'm now on Binance, and I'm trying to learn how to stake or farm, right? And the return is crazy, but the risk is even crazier. So I'm still learning. I'm not very public about my knowledge in crypto now, but I think I've invested around 5 figures in it already lah, right? So now currently lost some money because of the current the previous dip, but then to me I'm buying along the way lah. So I'm actually accumulating. So now learning how to make money in a different mode, planning to get into NFTs, right? As Kyrie, I'm planning to get into NFTs with the knowledge that maybe, right, Yi Heng will have NFTs. So a question to you guys is, if Yi Heng were to establish an NFT, and if you guys are owners of the NFT, I will organize an annual get together, because I believe like all of us will get vaccinated soon and we are all back to normal. We will have this annual gathering and it will be super dope. You guys can get exclusive previews from developers, goodies from makeover guys, all this kind of thing. I think those will be the goodies that comes along with the ownership of the NFT. What do you guys think? Will you buy the NFT? So just another question back to you, Azrai Kyrie. Right? Tofu, hi Sean, do you think Southview? This is Tofu, this is Southview in Bangsa South or which Southview? Because I know two Southview. Raj Kumar, hello Sean, do you follow Cash Jordan from New York? No, because my creative is I don't refer to any other channels, but I will check it out. Okay. Ivan Law, do I need down payment for new properties if it's for investment? It depends on where you buy. If you buy new property, don't need a lot. If you buy sub-sale, you need 18%. Vivian Yo, thanks Sean, thanks. Orzia Lee, hi Sean, when you buy so many properties over the years, do you buy one by one? Or I don't do compressed loan, Orzia, because it's too risky. And at that moment of time, I don't understand how it worked. And now after I understand it, it wouldn't make sense as well. So I prefer, so I'm still buying one by one. Yeah, Chong Fok Yang. Yeah, so that's my son. Yeah, so he's at the same level. DY Ho, what kind of properties should we look for investment properties? I think by practice, it's high rise. By practice, it's new properties, because these are the properties that can generate the highest rental return. But if your investment orientation leans more to flipping, then it's landed loh. Yeah, shop offices loh. Personally, I'm trying to understand, and I'm also trying to get into the game of industrial. Still learning, like, because of the dynamics. It's very weird. Industrial is one very weird thing where orientation doesn't matter, but size, and some locations are better because they are hidden. Some places are better because of poor access, and this means better security for their warehouse. And these are the things that suddenly like, that makes sense. It's very different from residential. It's very different from commercial. Yeah, so I'm trying to get into that game as well. Waiho. Nikki Long, Sup Sean, you are back. Yes, because I've done a lot of sessions like this in Clubhouse. But I realized that on Clubhouse, I get to listen to you guys, but I'm not addressing to enough people because not everybody knows Clubhouse. Not everybody's on my Instagram, right? So decided to come back, and since my son is a little bit more stable right now, like he don't screams a lot, and and now I get to set up better, and now I'm facing the wall, so there's more privacy for my family. Also, check out the new mic. Right. Ho Genki. Hi Sean, I want to ask if I bought a new unit that's VP 2024, should I just save money and wait for the project to invest in it? Or should I buy a sub-sale during this period to invest? Well, it depends, right? If this is with an assumption that you have a lot of money, Genki, personally, I would buy the sub-sale, provided that sub-sale has existing rental rates that can cover somewhat the installment. Then when I get this done, this sub-sale done, for that year, I wait for the process to go through, then I renovate the place, and I rent it out for 2 to 3 months. Then at this moment of time, right, I can use this rental income to justify for more DSR to buy the investment property. Then I wait. So I have one running and I have one that is 2024. And this is provided that I have limited capital. I only have enough capital for one property. Then this will be my game plan. If I have all the money in the world, then it depends on what's your risk ambition. Like, are you more to certainty, or are you more on low capital, but I want to gauge a lot? So now, because of the bulk purchasing club that I'm in right now, my last 2 purchase was from this bulk purchase. So those are new properties, and because I'm buying at a price that is lower than everybody else, then therefore it makes sense for me to buy new and lower, basically no down payment. And even without considering the discount that I'm getting, right, the property already makes sense with the existing rental rates around. That's why it depends on what is your ambition, Genki. If you want me to answer better, right, you can send me more context on like your preference. Then maybe I can give you some advice on, but I cannot promise that I will answer lah. So you can send me to my email, or you can send me on Instagram, right? Mike channel, yo bro, how long did BBCC fully complete? How many residential service apartment on that land still yet to launch? There's another 3 more phase of residential, but I heard one will be fully taken up by foreign buyers. Yeah, it's that good lah. And when it will it complete, I think another 7-8 years. The final tower will be the tower of the sales gallery itself. Currently, when we walk in, there's a current sales gallery. That will be the final piece. But because of the lockdown, Lala Port couldn't open, so that's quite sad. I was looking forward to that opening. Beng Kim Chua, hi. Please help to comment on the property scenario in Bukit Indah. It has been 3 years since I last been to Bukit Indah, but I think based on feel, landed properties will go, right? There will be always demand for landed properties in JB. Iskandar Putri, not so encouraged. Okay, the sad truth about Iskandar Putri is they are at the different category because their mindset from day one has not been targeting locals at all. So if you look into the HPI, the House Pricing Index of Malaysia, Johor average is around 380,000, right? But the property that's selling in Iskandar Putri is not JB price. If you look into details, the price in JB, to be more exact, Iskandar Putri, it's higher than Mont Kiara, and that's ludicrous. How can a property in Iskandar Putri be more pricey than Mont Kiara? Hello. So, and now if you look into the current situation, JB is nothing without Singapore. There's no influx of foreign currency, right? That place basically, if you depend solely on local buyers, Nothing. Okay. Kick talks. Do you think in 3 to 5 years time, mid-range property like 4 to 600,000 can find rental property that can perform well at least 90% installment? Yes. So Kick talks. 4 to 600,000 property has always been that sweet spot, but this is when the average was 380,000. So this slightly above that, right? But now it's hard to tell because properties of such range, right, 4 to 600,000, it's very high dense. Every property that can sell within this price range right now is super high dense lah. And super high dense, yes, rental can be break even. Yes, you have, but if you go slightly better, you can always a good gauge is to reverse calculate the income of that area that you're going to target. For example, like if I were to buy a 700,000 property in Mont Kiara, I'm very confident because the average income around that area is very high. If I were to buy a 700,000 property apartment in Klang, then I'll be very concerned. Just that because rich people in Klang don't stay in apartments, and who would pay a rental of when you reverse calculate the rental based on your installment, then yeah, it's not that great lah. But from a fresh grad point of view, yes, you are right. Azrai Kyrie, yes, inflation also high right now. Yes. Vin, taking the moratorium may affect new loan application in the future, as though it mentioned not affecting the secrets as told by the bank. What are your thoughts? Yes. Because if you are taking the moratorium, it means you need help. When you need help, why are you buying property? So that is the perspective of the bank, right? So I mentioned that I'm going to take, but I've took one from a non-secret financial institution because I am still eyeing to buy one after this lockdown. Excuse me. Well, now the mic's so sensitive, I cough a bit so everybody know. Yeah, so like I'm not taking the moratorium for the normal loans, but I'm taking one from a financial institution that is not recognized by secrets. Cool fact. Osfra Music. Chun Guang. Why is there less project in Malaysia going for QLASIK assessment? Because people generally do not care as much, right, until they get the keys. That's very sad. And there has been some stigma towards QLASIK. You get 70% or 80% lah. So, and if you really understand how QLASIK officers assess the construction building, right, it's based on sample size, and I don't think it's accurate at all. So I've seen projects with QLASIK's recognitions still have tiles that broken, right? Still have very complaint. So from a developer point of view, right, it's good to have, right? I think it's a good thing, it's a noble thing that you make it part of the KPI for the project team to achieve QLASIK recognition. But from a marketing point of view, right, ultimately as customers, we are all consumers here, let's be honest. Will there be a perfect house? Regardless what house in whatever condition I give to you, right, you will find ways to look for faults one. And QLASIK is not going to be there to protect you like in that sense. Then for those who don't know, in Singapore, it's measured by Conquest. Therefore, JB, like when I was back in JB back then, we are more familiar to Conquest regulation, and we see the difference between Conquest and QLASIK. Yeah, it's a huge difference. Michael Boone, hi Sean, so many live today, but I choose yours. Thank you so much, Michael Boone. But this is more on a Q&A, not topic based, because don't know why I feel like when there's a topic here, right, then I only talk anything regarding a topic that is not as helpful compared to you asking me what you want to know. Yeah, so it's a very different approach, but I do appreciate it, right? Thank you so much for supporting all the videos. You have been you are one top guy. Hi. Teo Yong Kang. Hi Sean, what do you think about Tryon 2 as an investor? Would you invest? As investor, we have very different risk appetite, right? So what I would suggest you is to find out. I know there's a lack of information for this. This has been a very popular question. The rental rates around that area, and whether can that support your monthly installment. Brandon Chu, due to moratorium, do you think that this is the right time to buy a sub-sale property only after December 2021? If you have money, right, I think now sub-sale is the thing, if you have money, right? But when moratorium already, then people don't have to pay installment, then they don't need to sell already. So it's also the other side of things. And it also depends on which category that you are playing on. Are you on a 800,000 to a million category, or you are in a 300 to 600,000 category? So it's a very different game again, right, Brandon Chiu? Ren Yi, hey man, after your visit to Inwood, what do you think about the future development in contrast to Bangsar South? Yes, in terms of planning, right, they have better typology lah. It's next to hills, and if you go to Inwood, my friend stays in Sequoia, and it's amazing, according to her, right? So she tells me, wow, the house there, just that opposite, there will be a cemetery, there will be a surau, and if you're okay with that, the only thing that I find very weird is the developer is focusing a lot on their Kota Kemuning project currently, not as much as Pantai Central Park. Yeah, so that's my confusion. Because all the highways are done, the hardest portion of the site has been completed. So I find that very weird, Renyi. Good to see you here, Renyi. Osfa Music, do you understand the difference between property agents versus negotiator? It's just different labels. Right? Last time it was called broker. I was from an era where agents need not to go through exams. Anybody can sell properties up to a point where we need regulations. Then people need to study. People need to register first to be an agent. Then suddenly now people need to take at least 2 days of course before they are called something else. But something for you to understand, OSFA will be REA, PEA, and the license holder. So that's the different levels that you need to go through. Suprada Mantubi. Dino property agents and real estate negotiators are two different things. Actually, I think it's the same thing. Like MLM, multi-level marketing, and network marketing. Same what? Just different branding, I would say. David Raul, hi Sean, good day. Just to check with you, are you going to review Ryan and Miho? So this depends on the lockdown, number one. But I think the makeover guys is going to do something there. So I have access. So most probably I am going to go, but it's not on priority, right? I have so many more developers that invited me earlier before the lockdown, and I still have like banks of videos to do. So Ryan and Miho is going to be one of those lists, but it's not soon, right? I would suggest you to really study yourself first. Yen Kai, hi Sean, what do you think of Sunway Avila, which is just opposite the Farah and Lexa? What do I think about it? I think it's cool because in what way you want me to think? Yeah, like you need to look at the intention. Like if you're buying from a home, it's very different. If you're buying from investment, it's very different, right? Nikki Lol, hi Sean, can property developers delay construction of property beyond VP date stated in SPA? If yes, how long? Any compensation? Because bank interest still needs to pay. I agree. I think there's this clause, and it needs to be okay. I understand from the floor of the construction right now is they need to apply for extension of time from the ministry, from the government. And it's not like suka I tell you guys, 3 months delay. Okay, so you guys pay your own interest. So it's not like that. But that saves them from the EOT. It means that I get to delay the point of delivery a bit further, so you don't have you have less time to claim on me, but I don't think that will compensate on your interest for your loan. Yeah, good question though. Let me go. Let me go kacau my banker. Bank interest. Cool fact. Great question. Wow, nice. Hong Jinju. Hi Sean, do you know any affordable properties around Bukit Jalil? A lot. A lot. But I need you to be a bit more specific on affordable now, right? Not let's face the reality where affordable is very different for everybody. Celsius X. Hi Sean, any new condo suggestion for investment and eventually for own stay? Okay. This kind of question, right? It's very weird because we have different preference. So whatever you just tell me, like around KL Metropolis, around PJ, around 5 to 700,000, you just key that in to Property Guru, Property Social, or iProperty, then you will find whatever that is launching right now. You tie that around with the rental rates around that area, then you can determine whether you like or not. Because I can tell you 20 different properties, right? But because it's for own stay, you have a lot of things that is very individual preference, that is individual oriented. It's not going to be a very efficient way of communication. So I've done this before for last time for all for all audience, right? They come to me, then I give them like 20 different suggestions. It's still not good enough. Then I realized something, that because from investment point of view, I tell you that if this property, right, you buy now, immediately you will have break-even point. It means that your installment can cover your rental. That is pretty definite, then you will buy, right? But then when you add in the element of own stay, right? Oh, I don't like facing south one, okay. I don't like got balcony one, okay. I don't like ceiling height less than 3 meters one. Then you have all these criteria, right, that has no correlation to the rental rates, right? Then it's very difficult. So that's why I'm not dissing the question, but I'm just trying to be a little bit more productive. And it's a never-ending journey of suggestions. And I know it's just an easy way out. And if I were to suggest something, then people tie me to their result, and it's very dangerous for me as well. While I get nothing out of the deal. Like me giving 20 different suggestions to you today, there's no appreciation. I think there's only troubles, and then I would rather use this time to do better things in terms of productivity. So this is because there's this element of individual preference, that it's no right, no wrong. That's the beauty about real estate lah. Right? So is the Eco Grandeur Puncak Alam Bungalows a flop, not doing well? I don't understand the question. How do you determine a flop? What's the definition of a flop? Meaning price drop or whatsoever, or the property cannot sell, right? Can you maybe explain better, Subra? Michael Boone, by the way, Sean, do you suggest taking moratorium for higher purchase? No. But this is, you're asking a person where my car loan is like $600. So I paid a lot of down payment for the car lah. So to me, I'm not a car person, therefore it's merely a ride around the place. Therefore, I'm not taking moratorium for higher purchase. Dirty Pillow. Hi Sean, I've been watching your channel for a while. Bought my second house recently, and I reside in Sentul because it's nearer to the city and PJ where I work. Is Sentul considered a CBD too? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Dirty Pillow, yes. Amirul Nasir, hi Sean, what do you think of property around Subang area like Serena, Sensuria, KLIA? 5 to 10 years from now, I think, okay, those areas, if you are depending on Xiamen, if you are depending on KLIA, you will be affected for a while. So I think in this question, right, we need to understand profiles of tenants, different profiles of tenants. We have student location, right? Like those SS15, Subang, right? A lot of people tell that ROI is the best, but I beg to differ. Then you have the other one, which is tourism based. Tourism based like Port Dickson, again Genting Glen, Genting Highland. Then there's one where it's expats focus, right? Then there's one that is white collars, which is office workers, GMs and things like that. Then you have bachelors, you have families, then you have normal people like me and you, right? So all those kind of things matters if you are going for investment. So this particular property, the more tenants that you can serve, the higher and the higher probability of you getting rental. For example, if I were to get a property that is within KLCC area, I can rent out to tenants, but of course, you can rent out to expats, you can rent out to office workers, you can do Airbnb, and yeah, so you have three compared to a student accommodation that you can only rent out to students. So if you look at the current situation right now for all these properties, right? No students, no students go to school, and how is your property cannot rent out to normal people because it's already dissected into different rooms, and the condition of student accommodation property is pretty bad because we all understand we've been young before. It's not well maintained, man. Therefore, families will never want to stay in a student accommodation. So these are things that you need to know. Therefore, the answer for places around Serena, Sansura, and KLIA, it depends on the types of product. If it's for Serena, landed one is focusing on Puchong South people, Sri Kembangan people, Cyberjaya people to go there and buy. It makes sense, right? If you look at Sansura, then they depend a lot on Xiamen, then they're going to be in trouble. But not all, like the one that is opposite facing, then you have all small units or units that are meant to be broken down into smaller units, then those will be in trouble. Right, Amirul? Fauzan, we love you, Sean. Love you too, Fauzan. Lei Lim, Sean, can I buy you a big house? I don't understand. Luffy, hey, Sean, just want to congratulate you on all the success. You definitely deserve it. Thank you so much, Luffy. Deegan T, hi, Sean, what do you think between Sri Petaling and Old Klang Road area for investment? I think it's the bomb. Those are the areas where there will never be enough car park. The commercial areas are just amazing, and you can see the evolution. And part of me buying Bukit Jalil, right, is because of the success of Sri Petaling and Old Klang Road. No more area to grow already, right? If you look at it, right, they just overflow. And Old Klang Road is a very, very old location. It's a very old road. Therefore, it's this beautiful transformation between like the suburbs into urbanization. Therefore, you can see like Rumah Papan next to high-end, beautiful architecture. That's why I like all those places. And places of such, the best thing is because the establishment of population is so long, there's a lot of great food around. Therefore, I like lah. What is your view on condo above Paradigm PJ? Are we talking about Arcus, right? I think it's okay, but it depends on which package you're buying lah, right? There's a lot of different package that are going on right there, so it depends on which package you are going for, but always use the so now the variable is only your entry price. Michelle Su, Sean, another video premiere starts 9:25 but didn't start the video. Yeah, I think that is my mistake. I was trying to set up this, but unfortunately that one didn't go through because it was streamed. It's different from going live. So yeah, and I was trying out this camera, tying back to this microphone, tying back to this background. So some good news is the baby's development has been very stable, but just time you hear him scream a little bit. So thankful he's very good, he's very healthy, and I've been balancing with my wife's working pattern. So I can only go live like this, but it's very selfish of me to do this because it takes up his play area. So if I'm doing this, he will not have a place to play. So now we need to balance that. Therefore, sessions like this was a bit not so rightfully done back then. But I think now I'm slowly coming back here. That's why last time I was more active on Clubhouse, because I can just hide in a corner, and because you don't see image like this, very different. Okay, thank you so much, Michelle, for supporting. Hello there, hi Sean. Noted your take on new projects when I assume the demand is still there due to low entry costs. What about sub-sale market? Yes, sub-sale market is very soft right now. Unfortunately, government is not helping them at all. It's also because of the fact that it's very expensive to buy a sub-sale property, like 18%, right? The same 600,000 property, I need to cough out 18% is a lot of money, right? Michelle Su, my kitchen cabinet price just cut my flesh. Yes. If for those who have done it, right? And you haven't add accessories yet to it, right? Michelle, you have the bucket one, you have the one that you want to put the wine flask on, and the mechanism of locking, that is the one you want the anti-slam one. Wow. Those are the things. Jonathan Tan, how do you see nowadays property market? I see good properties are moving very fast. It means now good properties still sells because investors or rich people are worried about inflation. So I'm very worried about my money being affected by inflation. It's getting smaller by the day. Therefore, I will want to I will want to invest in a property that makes money. In that sense. But sucky properties, right, still suck. Properties that cannot sell all this while they didn't renew their marketing package, right? They are still stuck. Lei Lim, Sean, can I? Bitcoin is the answer. Yeah, I'm buying Bitcoin, but it doesn't buy me a house also. Sean W, Kepong booming, yes. Right, then you have Arunya there, you have a lot of players there, Marsing there, UEM is there. Definitely it will be booming, but that gives a different dynamic to that street, because Kepong has always been this one street, then you need to turn to Jinjang, right? So that series of traffic lights, something needs to happen to those traffic lights first before it can really grow. Nikki Lol, Sean, I have a relative taking diploma in architecture. What are the career progression you would advise? Or is it going for a degree? Which field would you recommend for with good pay? With good pay, I think any direction also will have good pay. If you want to go full on consultant, meaning you have a part 3 architecture license, also good pay. You want to go for developer, you become that GM, senior GM, also not bad. You be a YouTuber like this, also okay lah, not too bad lah. Yeah, so it depends. But what's more important, instead of pay, what is happy for her? Which one does she feel more alive in? I have people, my classmates are in architecture, they went into creative agencies, they went into marketing agencies. They also do very well. Some become tattoo artists also. Some become gym trainer also. So it depends, right? But I think a diploma doesn't set you in stone, right? You can still basically move around. Chun Guang, yes, I am from construction too. One show unit IDs may cost you the exact amount for you to build a house. Yes. Thank you so much for clarifying that. A lot of people don't know. Oh, your show unit, show unit like that. I want to be exactly the show unit, 500,000. Oof. June 9313. Sean, I have a unit in Oakland Road in a dilemma. Should I sell it off or continue to rent? Current market rate not very good. Not sure if I should continue to hold it since it is for investment. This is depending on your financial situation on whether would you need the money or not. If you can hold, okay, now it depends. What's your take on the future property market? Do you foresee the market is going to be a bearish market where it's going to fall like crazy, or it's going to go up in value? It's going to be a bull run. So there has been two different sides of things. One side of the investors are looking at bull run. It means because of the low interest rate, government backup, and a lot of initiative, government pushing economy via infrastructures. cost of things all going up. Supply has not been very consistent. Therefore, there will be a shortage of demand for housing. Therefore, it will grow. That's one theory. The other one is you look into our poor political climate, poor economic climate. People have no job and things like that. So it depends on what stories you choose to believe. Therefore, it will create that narrative and solution for your current situation, whether you want to sell or not. To me, I will try to rent out first. It means that, first of all, when I buy, I should know what rental I would get already lah. So that's step number one. But since you buy already now, can you rent it out at a price that it's sustainable? Don't need to cough out so much. But then, do you even have money for renovation to begin with? So those are the more nitty-gritty questions among these questions that I would want to know more, right? And it differs. Some is that I bought the property already, I got no money to renovate, then I want to rent it out to cover my installment using basic finishings. No lah, cannot lah. And even if you want to sell at you just got your keys and you want to sell, right? Most likely you're going to sell at a loss. Loss means below your SPA price because you enjoy the 10% down payment discount, you enjoy the free legal, free SPA and all those ma. Dillian, interested in sub-sale property too? Yes. Laylim, you gotta chill, bro. Chong, where is your unit specifically? Size? Which unit? Got a lot. Kyokai, how many properties you have currently invested in? I've shared 4 in the channel, but it's more. not so comfortable in providing all yet, but I think what you guys see in the channel has been 4, if you guys can spot it lah. Yeah. So you guys figure it out. Dragonification. What's your take on Sapphire? Yeah, I saw it already. Capital appreciation. So that depends on the entry price that you're buying. Nikki Law, how's your car? Any long-term review on thoughts? I think it's not bad. When I drive to Penang recently, it's not bad, but the fuel consumption is awesome lah. Nikki, like I sometimes I forget how to pump petrol. Barely even need to pump petrol, and so that's the cool thing. Just that the sensors are a little bit too sensitive on the front. So every time I reverse park, the front sensors detects obstacles. Therefore, it always shocked me. That's something that one minor, I don't even think is a necessary complaint. But the tires are expensive though. They are using some Michelin high-end spec tires. So one of the tires literally broke because because I went into construction site like I always used to. Then it got scratched, some nail or some metal sheet, right? Then it flat, and there was a sensor that tells me that it's flat, so it's very good to me. But when I exchange the tires, like $600. $600 for one tire. Oh my god! I thought I got a car that is affordable, right? But comfort and all, safety-wise, I fetch my kid using that car all the time. And that is when you will realize safety of the car is important. Whip, do you think it's a waste to not able to buy property? No lah, I think it's no one foreseen such a thing, so I don't think it's a waste. But I think in every crisis there will be opportunities. But cool thing is before the lockdown, I already bought one. I'm eyeing to buy another one very, very soon. For me lah, right? Because I've done all my homework, I've done all my research, my financial condition, everything I gauge correctly, only I choose to buy lah. Cheng Yi Yang, hi Sean, how much should I put in to renovate a 550 unit that I will be using for own stay? Okay. It depends, but I think to not go too ambitious, right? To not go overboard with individual stuff. It means, I want Star Wars theme. Then a bit susah lah. But I think how much? If you go for Easy Home is a product by Makeover Guys as well. I think you can get a rough budget there. So see what they propose to you. Then you see, can you do it yourself, or you can get kitchen carpenters to do it for you, wardrobe carpenters to do it for you at a cheaper price, right? The reason is because if I get designers to do it, I will make sure that it's market receptive. It's not too much on what I like. And when I rent it out later, it will be easier. Alan Tang, when will MM2H reopen? I have no clue. I hope how I wish, right? MM2H will open, because I have a lot of overseas audience. I assume that you are too, because Malaysia is definitely one of those hottest locations that is friendly for expats. This I must recommend, right? Our food are amazing, affordable, infrastructure tip top, language. Basically, a lot of people can speak English. It's awesome to just retire in here after understanding, and I spoke to several audience as well, like the cost of living in their places. Ooh, no joke, man. So welcome to Malaysia. How I wish I have access to information like that. Unfortunately, the current administrators of the country is not exactly excellent. Faiz Nordin, hi Sean. I'm buying a subsale unit for my first home, as the price is cheaper now. But this lockdown, I can't view the house. Scared other would be me to it, or the owners will raise the price. I think. So what's your concern? You worry that you cannot buy. You cannot view the house, but you want to buy lah. You can always tell the agent to do a video and just to walk through using the video and things like that lah. But don't be FOMO. I think don't be FOMO. Sub-sale, I think it will be there for a while. Rice, do you have house for me to rent cheap? It depends what is your cheap lah. I think my apartment in Puchong, that one, the tenant is going to move out because she is going to give birth very soon. Yeah, let me know lo, Rice. But it's in Puchong lah. Chong Sun, hi Sean, what do you think of 2 room, 1 bathroom leasehold unit? Wow. Actually, the location will be better, more useful than the leasehold unit lah. John, unit size and the nest. Sorry, I forgot the question up front already. Ren Yi, have you heard about this investment, virtual real estate? Yes, Earth 2. I bought Earth 2 actually. I bought Earth 2, Ren Yi, and I made money out of it. So it was a recommendation by a friend, and I dumped in some money. But again, this is based on your belief on the future. Is it going to be somewhat like Ready Player One, or is it going to be more of different formats? So it's again like what you believe in. Like crypto, no matter how you tell my uncle, he's not going to buy crypto. He still thinks that it's a Ponzi scheme. But then it's legit in other countries really, because he will never see digital currency taking over. Just like virtual real estate, and like until we really live in virtual lands in the future, only those things will make sense. So these are the very early phase of that kind of development. And since I can afford to invest some of the money inside there, I did. Yes, I did. Aaron Fu, hi Sean, nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you too, Aaron Fu, Bus Videos. Hi Sean, KJ here. Planning to buy a property for investment at KL Traders Square. This property here, 380 for 842 square feet, freehold property. Concern on density. Yeah, so the only thing to look back is 380. So let's say 380 now, your money installment for 32, 33 years is 1020. The maintenance is around 300 ringgit, 1320. 1320, what's the rental for the property there? And can it cover the installment? That's the answer. So if your rental is 1,500, then go ahead. Very easy, man, this kind of thing, right? I thought I repeat this again and again already. But something to take note is only the density. Density won't really affect rental, but it will definitely affect the selling price in the future. Something to take note, but I have no guarantees on what's the performance of future lah. That I cannot guarantee. RJ, hi Sean, send you a mail for asking Sean. Hope I don't miss it. I will try very hard. Okay, so I am in this mission to clear the emails, but it's pretty impossible, and I'm super grateful for it. Not taking for granted. Just that whatever support you guys give, I really appreciate it. Just that I need time, and there are certain questions where this property can buy. These kind of questions, right? I tend to not answer because it's too individual oriented again, like for especially for own stay one. That what you and certain questions like I bought this, I don't know what to do with it. Or this is a bit more challenging as well. But I will definitely look through them lah. Law Ting, will Easy Home expand to Penang? Not so soon. Currently, we are focusing on refining our process in terms of operations. Like now, what we are worried is after the lockdown is released, there's a lot of units to furnish up right now, and we need the process to support that. And cost of materials as well. Now, cost of furniture are shooting off the charts. The same chair almost double, the cost of tables almost double because of shipping, because of the shortage of production. Everybody needs furniture, but the supply is just overcoming the demands, and it's very concerning at our state. We're not so concerned about whether got sales or not, but the furniture's cost of labor and things like that, oh my God. Yeah, so to Penang, I don't think it's going to be a 2 to 3 years thing. We are still fighting the war in KL. Pew Pew, what do you study before this? I studied, my degree is in architecture. I was 3 semester in engineering. Then my master's in real estate. My final year project, my viva was regarding REITs. Teo Yong Kang, US CPI 5.4 year on year. Casey Dan, hi Sean, wondering you know iProperty owner. I don't know. I don't know them. Should I know them, Casey? Or you have Jalan for me? You want me to meet them? And iProperty owner, does it mean the real owner that invented the website or REA Group? So there's 2, right? Praveen, when do you think is a good time to buy? If somebody gets 5,000, do you think it's best to buy a property like M2U house key? When is a good time to buy? Any time is a good time to buy. Like if I were to present a property to you with 6% ROI, would you buy? Of course you will buy. Then house keys, should you take it? If you need it, you take it lah. Right? There's no judgment. A lot of people will say that if conventional banking system is better, not conventional banking, conventional loan system is better. But I cannot afford. So like the Bukit Jalil one that I bought, it's also house key. Therefore, my salary was calculated in a different way. I was in this industry where the bank thinks that it's very risky. Therefore, I take house key just because I cannot get a loan. I cannot get loan. Yes, I also face this kind of problem. Right, Praveen? Avinash, do you think supply will slow down? Yes. Yes, I think it's slowed down already, but I think demand is subjective to different products. And demand, if you look for demand for investment, that's never ending, right? Everybody looks for a good deal all the time. If you demand for luxury homes, then it's very different, right? But if one good news is you look into the newspaper, right? All big developers are busy buying land now. I don't know whether you guys noticed that, but if you look at the newspaper, right? All developers are buying land now. That's crazy, insane, man. Zhang Liang Wei, today I saw in the newspaper median income has dropped 2009 to 2000. Yes. But this has, I came across this statement from an expert now, right? The market has never been determined by the poor. So I don't. This is what I get. So this word from this person now. To me, it's harsh, very very harsh, right? But it's not inaccurate. Means there's certain truth to it lah. So that's food for thought because it depends on where you invest in lah. Like a lot of people would worry that people cannot make ends meet for their rental, therefore we shouldn't invest in properties. But my team in the cozy homes, right? We are renting out a lot of properties. A lot of people are looking for places to stay. So they are upgrades as well as they are downgrades. So overall, when some 2009 dropped to 2000, there's a narrative behind where these people are workers. But when part of these workers suddenly becomes online entrepreneurs, then one person's income can cover 10 of them. Then it's a whole different story altogether. But we don't like to see that side of the story. Like I have people who drop off from their work and now they run online meat traders. They sell fish on Facebook where they make easily 10, 20,000 a day. Yeah, so we don't want to tell these kind of stories because in this current moment of time, if I want to tell people that, hey, I'm making a lot of money, that you will curse the hell out of me, right? Because at this current moment of time, you want to lapo this kind of news. But it's just a better headline to tell people, hey, median is dropped 2009 to 2000. Government, hey, do something. So I think media as well is a business and they will always tell you what they believe will sell. Ultimately, again, a lot of people forget that news is a business. Media is a business. So headline sells. Not everybody is like, that's why a lot of media players, they come to my channel. Yes, Sean, you're doing very good, right? But whatever title that you put, very lame. You're not doing justice to your own creativity. Like, hello, like, so that's why I don't use clickbaits. I don't use, let's be honest, my thumbnail is not exactly excellent also. But I believe that you guys will navigate through them. Yeah, right. Something to take note, Liang Wei. Edison T, who pays the money, Edison. But okay, this differs lah. But I don't know, Edison. I don't know. But this is family dynamics really. Like, does the parents? I don't know what. Maybe in the floor, you guys can help out. Would the house that you buy, right? Would the parents stay the master bedroom, or you as a purchaser and your wife will stay the master bedroom? Then your father and mother-in-law or your father and mother will stay the second room. Very weird. There's no right, no wrong. Very interesting. I don't know. Leon, especially ringgit depreciate lately. Yes, a lot money. Ringgit is so small. Nikki, why are property developers still selling new houses in the same price range like before MCO? If it's selling, there's no need to drop price. But for those that are not selling, I see a lot of discounts already. Okay, Nikki. John Tan, what are your thoughts on Astaka as an investment? High end, not as encouraged lah, John. It's good to have. I think I see that as a trophy category. It means whenever I bring people to drink or I entertain my guests in JB, hey, you see that building right there, right? You see, right? I got one there. Then it's like to show off. Mr. Mumu, student area like Subang, yes. Samuel K, hi Sean, will the price of apartments continue to go down in the future because now majority of people are working from home? The benefit of buying a property near workspace is no longer important. Yes, but I think this is my belief, right? I think, like, if you let me choose, if you want to work from home or work in office, I will always choose office. It's just higher productivity, and I get to separate work and home. Now everything is integrated all together, and now we are behaving like this because it's mandatory. We are not given the option that you can choose between both. No, it's like you cannot. So let's say now if everybody can go back to normal already, my justification is we still go to cinema, we still go to mall despite us being able to buy stuff online. Same. I get to watch people concert on home, and why do I still need to go for a conference? It's different, right? Therefore, working in the office, sometimes the relationship between employees and team members, right? I get to see body language. I get to see relationships, the chats between meetings, the toilet breaks, the coffee breaks, the relationship during lunch. It's all those intangible things that will form a team, and those are the cultural elements in a workplace that cannot be replaced using online settings. So if I'm a boss today, everything normal already, I will still demand for my team to come into the office for meetings. It's just better to see you face to face. If I'm not happy to you, instead of me hiding my camera, now I can just straight away scream at you. But the other point of view is like now I can do operational things on office. Again, it's not an option right now. When it's an option, right, then there will be a very exciting debate. Because as an employee, we will think that we work from home more easier. But if you're a boss, do you prefer your staff all working from home? Very different conversation. Michael Boone, by the way, Sean got a interest rate. I got a question. Interest rate go up next year? I don't think so. If interest rate goes up next year, right? Because for a person, we need to take into consideration other economic elements like export import duties, all this kind of competitiveness among the other countries, all based on interest rate, and it depends on the next administrator. We have an incident last time where our interest rate was revised to 12%, 10 or 12%. The housing market straight away died, right? Although I don't know whether it's arguably, well, it's a point of argument whether you think it's a good thing to increase the interest rate or not. But what is right is that person got pulled down immediately lah. Nobody will be so confidently increase the interest rate lah. Because once you increase the interest rate, people are not going to spend as much anymore. Because imagine this, if housing rates today is 8%, for example, right? Whatever we pay needs to be doubled in terms of housing installment. So generally, property market is dead. When property market is dead, construction will be dead, infrastructure will be dead. Then there will be no form of money that can be imported into the system anymore, right? And everybody will be saving money in FDs because unless your stocks can get 8% on a consistent, for sure, confirmed basis, it's better to put my money in FDs. So when everybody does that, when no money flows, the government got no tax revenue as well. So that's the implication, a very layman implication of interest rate being revised upwards. And it takes a lot of decision to increase. Simple Fruits, what do you think of new affordable boxing concept in USA? I think USA's climate very different. Their power, the cost of energy, they're very, very high. Our electricity bill is very, very low in comparison to theirs. Therefore, it's affordable there. It's not workable here. Stonelac Stamp, can you recommend me the books you have read besides Rich Dad Poor Dad? I've read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I think that's one damn good book, right? Snorlax Stamp. The other one I read was what is this book that I would recommend? Blink by, what's the author's name really? I forgot the author's name, but Blink, technically it's a science and documentation of why people succeed. So that's one way. And that's one this YouTuber recommended me, Barefoot Investor. I haven't read that yet, but I think it's good. Charles Bao, how long do you think this low interest rate will last? I think will last at least, I don't know, but I'm looking at it. with the expectation of, because again, it depends on whether you believe there's a probably bearish bear run or bull run. I believe there will be a bull run in the next maybe 3 to 4 years time, right? Yeah, so I think it's gonna be like that, and I foresee in the future it's gonna be very, very difficult to buy a property anymore. In the future, it's gonna be very, very difficult to buy a property. Our kids, right, it's going to be very difficult to get loan, very difficult to get properties. It's very going to, so in their conversations will be where they rent to determine whether they are rich or not. So in this lifetime, I'm going to buy as much as I can, because when the property bull run, if it were to happen in accordance to my prediction, well, our predictions are back in the office, right? If that bull run really does happen, cooling measures is going to slam. So when that cooling, part of that cooling measures is to increase that interest rate as well, right? I want to stop buying of the buying of property, therefore I increase the interest rate, and then I will put RBGT lah. I will put now new properties can only get 50% loan, no more 90% loan. Imagine that lah, just for example lah, right? Then in the future, nobody can buy property anymore. But property investors back then, like in this era that we are buying, I get to refinance, I get more money and buy more. Yeah. Rich people will always find ways to buy. Capitalists will always find ways to buy. Unfortunately for people, therefore, I always make this statement. In the future, there won't be any middle income earners anymore. Middle income earners is going to be like, if you are earning 5 to 6,000, right? It's, you better make a decision whether you want to be rich or you want to be poor in the future. Because you're in between. You're not high enough to buy more, but then you are above the B40. So it's a very weird position. But then the cost of houses is going to go up, taxes is going to go up. That's going to make you feel weird. Like, why do I work so much to pay for tax? Yeah. I'm not an economic expert, but this is a result of a lot of reading lah. Tingles. Hey man, later next year, Gurney Penang Drive, buy or rent? I think rent first to get a feel of the location, and I would suggest to rent a few places before you know which one will suit your liking. Plus, in Gurney, renting, I think it's going to be dirt cheap right now because of the pandemic, right? You're going to be the person to please, so investors or owners, right, get to break even on their installment. That gives you a better position to do research, and it's cheaper as well to rent right now. Buying, it's rather expensive in Penang. Penang is very expensive in terms of property, therefore it wouldn't make sense for investors to go in actually. Sanjeev, bro, I want to buy a sub-sale landed property in Seremban, 250,000, rental 750. I have saved 40,000. If I buy this property, I will choose my saving. Question: is it a good buy? Pay 4,000 ish. Okay. 250,000. It means your down payment is around 40,000. 40,000. But then you got money for renovation or not, Sanjeev, right? And let's say 40,000, does it include your emergency fund? So what is the worst case is if you buy this property and the pay, is it really consistent 4,000? If it's a very different discussion altogether. Retirement fund, do you have it done up? Do you have enough production in insurance to cover just in case anything happened to you? And have you considered renovation costs for landed? And for 250,000, you take up 200,000 loan, it's around 600. So you actually get positive cash flow of 150,000, right? Good, but what's your end goal for the property? Are you going to hold it for life or what? And that depends on location as well. So not necessarily landed will increase in price. Yes, it will increase in price, but it's not as drastic. Like last time people say, well, 300,000 and before it's completed, it's 600,000. No more such stories. Yeah, so those are the things you need to consider, Sanjeev. Vincent Tay, hey Sean, just wondering how old are you? I mentioned just now. Leon, what do you think of Esther Green? Pretty similar to M Oscar. I haven't gone into it, right? I haven't seen the plans, but based on location wise, I'm very concerned of the single way access. If I miss out something, right, to make a turn, yeah, so that's my concern, just like M Oscar. How her hip yip, what do you think of Cubic? It's still on sale, and that's for a reason. If it's so good, right? Like Novum, like that, I don't see any question also. Casey, hi Sean, what's your thought on co-housing in post-pandemic, especially in Malaysia context? I think it will be a demand. Co-housing means a lot more families in one household, meaning it's going to be room rental. Yes, I think it's going to be a demand, definitely, because affordability is an issue. A lot of people cannot just rent one whole unit anymore. Vinesh Raju, hello sir. Nice to meet you, Vinesh. Okay, so I see a lot, right? I see a lot, but this session was not planned. Therefore, it's going for 1.5 hours already. Thank you so much, right, for all the comments. Just that a few questions lah. So, what do you guys think about the current setup? Number one, right? Like, I want to spend the next 5 minutes, right, to understand so I can improve on this. Like, what do you guys think on audio? Like, I put in some effort in improving audio. And is it laggy internet, right? Because whatever I see is way smoother than when last time, a few months back, we do live, right? And then what is the video quality like, and how is the format like, right? It's going to be a Q&A still. I think I enjoy Q&A a lot. Then when you guys prefer it to happen, will it do like now? I think pandemic is very different. Everybody start at home, but last time when I was doing a Friday night, then it needs to be in competition to your steamboat time, right? So do let me know, right? So I see a few line a bit lag. Is it from my side or from your side? Yeah. So that's the concern of when I upgrade all this resolution and things like that, right? I'm not sure will that increase the data requirements. Raymond Lee said audio super clear, slightly laggy. Yeah. Yeah, so can catch up on previous. Yeah, correct. Yeah, because need early yeah. Again, this was not planned at all, Amirul. I thought test, then mana tahu or then live already. Yeah. Yeah, good thing also then we get to know each other, Amirul. Yuki improve audio, but one thing is always laggy. I don't know how, like, because I got in the extender already. I got in the what to increase the wave one. Then I even upgraded the internet plan already, but it's still laggy. How I don't know how leh. Danny Gunn, from a videographer point of view, your video is sufficient. Yep, agreed. Good point. Internet laggy, okay. Miss some of the seconds, okay. Saturday night. Saturday night, hey, I got a baby boy like Hubert. Just live every damn thing. Cannot lah. Cannot live every damn thing because some things need to be a little bit more careful, especially we are in Malaysia. Kek Talks worried that you will have bull run. I think don't have FOMO, bro. Chill, bro. You will live very, very long. YouTube will downgrade. Okay, so there's a YouTube 90, right? You said Clubhouse or YouTube. You guys, okay, for those who have attended YouTube and Clubhouse, right? This live session versus Clubhouse, which one you guys prefer? Like, you guys prefer that the audience can directly ask me stuff, then I address one-on-one, or there will be more people, like 300 over people here? Yeah. Okay, thank you for all the feedback. Friday night. Okay, Friday night. Some prefer this because question can be typed. Yeah, people at Clubhouse don't talk. True. When Yi said, yeah, I need to hide in a corner. So plus that room, right? The no aircon one, then I need to hide there. I worry that I would wake up my baby some more. Oh my god. Okay, YouTube. Cool. Vinesh Raju said internet is better than last time. Yes, right? It's really better than last time already. But I think that's never enough lah. So I think that's never enough, right? So yeah, YouTube. Only fan, bro. What's up, bro? Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna scroll back up and I'm gonna do the last 5 questions, right? Just to do justice, then I think we are going to call it a night because my baby is going to sleep already. Yeah, my wife just gave me the eye. Hey, can you lower down? Not? Okay, so I'm going to answer the last 5. So let me pick. Hey, I see. I see Ray Mark, bro. Okay, I see this. Just people think. Hey, bro, for a 26-year-old, should I use my 100K savings to buy another property, which I already have one? With a 200, we have one with A200. Oh, it's a Mercedes, is it? For landed terrace. Should I clear my car loan? It's so hard to find cash flow property. I don't think you should clear your hire purchase because it depends. Is it like a daily calculated interest or is it the conventional hire purchase interest? So if it's a conventional one, no point clearing early. Might as well you hold the cash in your bank account. Then if you buy property, right, your trouble is you hard to find positive cash flow, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just needs more time only, right? So I think you're 26 years old, you have a lot of time, and it's perfect because you can still get 35 years loan. So I would still say to get maybe another one, 2 property, 1 landed terrace, 1 maybe high rise for positive cash flow. Landed can never find. I think very rare you can find positive cash flow for landed properties one. Just people. Okay. Then that's one. Number 2. Law Tech Juan. Hi Sean, love your videos and I'm a boutique property developer and I'm thinking to expand my business to do via YouTube channel. How do you start on a channel and what is your equipment? It was an iPhone 6, not even plus. If you look back to the very first, right, the very first property review, yeah, you can barely see the background because my face was full cam. It was really bad. Yeah, but I think YouTube channels will take generally longer if you are not consistent enough and you don't have the personality for it, right? There's a lot of people that I see doing 8 years already, still nothing. But I see some people do 8 months already, somebody in the industry already. So the difference I see is not hard work, but sometimes talent matters. But if you're a boutique developer, right, I think there's always other marketing tools that you can use, but don't exclude YouTube channel. Just that you need to think about it, whether you want to run it as an individual face, meaning like the owner be the face of the channel, or is it a company? Usually companies prefer to have a general take to it, meaning I don't want to attach it to a person, then it's very tough. It's very difficult because there's no correlation. If you are a company just trying to put up your properties, videos, right? Nothing interesting. Yeah, so there's something to think about it lah. Tech John, right? Danny Gunn, I think you need more assistant to review emails. Ha ha ha. Actually, I review everything myself still, and almost all videos I edit myself. Right now, I just got in 2 new team members for me. One is to coordinate the visits to the properties, right? So sometimes we need to clear a lot of legal stuff. We need to clear a lot of permission stuff. Therefore, this person is to help me. Then as you guys know, property developers, sometimes they pay for slots. It means that they want their property review to be this week rather than next month. Then they pay upfront. So need to sort out all those things. Then another person will be helping me to do the podcast. Like you see back then before the lockdown, there was a studio and the image quality was way better. But now I'm doing the interview via Zoom, but just bear with it for this few weeks lor. Huh? Yeah, so I think I'm still expanding. I hope that with you guys supporting the channel, definitely I think it will be way better lah in the future. I'm putting in a lot of money back into the business lah, and I hope this can be a thing. Right? Okay, so Praveen93 asks, hi Sean, what's the right salary cap to start thinking about buying a property? I would say 4,000-ish, 5,000 would be a good cap to start thinking. Because after you minus your car, you minus insurance, you minus certain allowance back to your parents, you still have a good amount of money. Because I know 3,000 can also buy property, but you are discounting a lot of other things lah. Mystery said, Sean, you should charge for coaching if these guys ask too in-depth analysis. This is one thing as well. Yep, I want to provide more value. Yes, that's why I created a lecture series as well. But would you, okay, this is one general question, right? I don't know whether it's true or not. So I need you guys' help, right? If I were to provide one-on-one consultation, let's say for an hour, you can ask me whatever you want, what I really think about the property that you want to buy, but you need to disclose your income, you need to disclose your personal information, like your secrets and CTOS report. Then only I get to advise better. Would you do it? Number one. And if you would do it, right? Because sometimes this is not tied to how much money. I don't guarantee how much money you will make. I can't guarantee how much money you will make. Therefore, it's going to be a little bit challenging. But if you want to pay for such session, how much would you pay for such sessions? Let me know. So I think, I'm getting a lot of value out of this live today. Yeah, so that's the question. So just now I asked, would you guys buy NFTs if you know what's NFTs? Because I'm planning to sell. I am in the route of developing my own NFT, so I get to sell memberships of access. So these people get to meet me on an annual basis. Then we get to hang out, go and eat dinner, eat steamboat, right? Then if you want to have one-on-one sessions with me, would you pay? Number one. Then number two is how much would you pay? Yeah. Meanwhile, let me answer some questions. Ashraf Mohsin. Hi Sean, really appreciate your good work. Just outside of scope, do you watch basketball? Yes, I am a Bucks fan. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, I am a Bucks fan, Ashraf. So I watch that religiously lah. So Sean Lee asks, are you reading a question here, Sean? Yes, but just that I need to skip a little bit because this was not planned. Therefore, I need to speed up a little bit. So I'm going to answer a few more, but I'm going to just look down. YouTube. Go look down. Maybe 500. MPTV say chicken rice for one. You always get good. So Malaysia Property TV is also another friend of mine. You guys can go check his channel. It's damn cool. But you hear it first. The idea is from me. But we like to share stuff. So he's a basketball fan as well. So his stuff is really polished. Just that his stand of things cannot offend the owner so much lah. Yes for NFT. Ooh, cool. 1K per hour. Okay. Wow, 20K. Sure, no, Yuki. 1 to 2K. Okay. 88.90, 1 hour, 200. If you want to protect your client, then you provide letter of confidential law. True. Thank you, Val. Okay, so let me answer Tofu. Tofu has been very aggressive. Hi, Sean. Do you think Bangsa Southview is good for investment? Okay, investment, you look into the rental rates, right? If the unit that you buy, you calculate the rental rate, you calculate your installment. If the rental can cover the installment, then it's a good buy. Because if it's for future appreciation, right, no one can promise you that. I cannot promise you, Bangsa South is going to be the next KLCC. No, I cannot, right? So that's something, Tofu. Okay, so Sendayan, wow, Razik is just spamming. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you so much. I agree. Curiosity now all spamming. Okay, so I really, really appreciate all of you today, despite this being a very, a very chill session, right? I hope I can provide you more value, but this is just to test the setup, and I think it's working. It has been an improvement. So let me try to schedule, if possible. But one thing though, I think if you guys can follow me on, I don't know whether it's a huge demand, but if you guys can follow me on Instagram, right? I think I'll post my decision whether to go Clubhouse on that day or to go YouTube on that day, right? So it differs. So do go to Instagram and follow. Then I think I will share better there. You get first hand, because I don't know sometimes, right? Like my baby today can sleep earlier, then I get to do this. But usually he don't sleep. I don't know why. then I don't get to do this. So it's a very random arrangement. I cannot pre-plan it at this current work from home situation, where my in-laws is also in the same house, my wife also working, my baby also sleeping, so it's not as convenient to plan. Therefore, it's good to be back, definitely. Right, definitely good to be back. Yeah, my iPhone 6 can't use. Yes, iPhone 6 cannot. You got Android phone or not? Yep. So I think, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Despite this being very random. Okay, see you guys. Ciao. Sleep law. 11 o'clock already law. Bye.